Hey everyone, welcome to Earthling Cooks, and today we're going to make awesome pizza puffs. And basically it's like a mini calzone, I guess. And what we're going to do is use some pastry puff sheets here. You can get these in many different brands. I happen to have a Pepperidge Farm this time, but they look like this. And they're just sheets of pastry puff. And I want to make 3 calzones or puffs here. So all I'm going to do is cut this into thirds. I'm actually going to flip this, because it kind of has thirds lined out here. I'm just going to cut it down the lines. And then I'm going to cut them all in half. Now from here, we're going to have 3 puffs to make, and I'm just going to demonstrate one for the video. So we have our one sheet here. Let's go ahead and get going. Now what we need is, of course, some pizza sauce, some Italian seasoning. I have a few types. I have some mozzarella and Parmesan cheese, some pepperoni, and you need some egg with the tiniest little bit of water, about a teaspoon of water to an egg, and this is going to be to help seal it. And of course you can add in whatever toppings you want. You can add onions, garlic, any type of meat, so on and so on. The meat should be cooked before you put it in though. So let's get going. Alright, all we're going to do now is add some sauce. Be careful not to add too much, but I like it to be pretty saucy. And you want to try to stay away from the edges as well. Now I cut up my pepperoni. I just like to do that since these are little pockets. It just kind of helps spread them out. You can just put a few whole pieces in there. This is 3 pieces of pepperoni. Then I'll throw in my seasoning. This is just Italian herb seasoning. But we also have this pizza and pasta magic stuff. I love this stuff. We have 2 flavors. This is kind of a hot and spicy flavor. And then this one is just a normal herbal. And they're just pretty tasty. We like to add those. Now we'll add some cheese. Mozzarella, of course. And again, you can add whatever cheeses you want. Get some cheese in there, and again, keep trying to stay a little bit in from the edges. Just keep pushing stuff back in. Alright, that should be enough mozzarella. And I'll put a little Parmesan. And then on top, put a little bit more sauce. Now we'll go ahead and use our egg wash. And we're just going to go around the outside here. Now we'll take our other sheet, and I like to stretch it just a little bit since it's got to go over this mound. So I just stretch it out a little bit so that it looks like it's the right size to fit over everything. And then we just put it over. It's okay if a little bit of stuff pushes out. It's not a big deal. Once you get it lined up there, we just crimp everywhere. And there we go. Now what's nice about these before we cook it, these fit perfectly if you make them about this size into a Ziploc bag. And you can freeze these, cook them later. You can make a lot of these at once. So if you got these pastry sheets, they come actually 2 in a pack. So you can make 6 of these at a time. And you can freeze them and take them out anytime you want then, and they're good to go. But of course we're going to cook them now. These are real simple to cook. About 350 degrees for 10 to 15 minutes. You want to take them out when it's a nice golden color, golden brown. You can do this in the oven. I'm going to throw it in the air fryer because I'm just going to be cooking this one right now for a snack. So I don't need to heat up my whole oven for that. So let's go ahead and get cooking. Into the air fryer or oven. And I'm just going to go ahead and set my temp to 375. And my time, I'm going to start at about 12 minutes and check it there. When I get down to about 4 minutes left, I like to flip it. It's coming out nice, starting to get a nice color. But you'll see that the bottom, where I placed it in there, created a little divot. The bottom want to crisp up too, so for the last 4 minutes, have it upside down. There's 1 minute left, but mine's looking done. Usually I cook 2 or 3 at a time, so with one it seemed to go a little quicker. Don't be like me, I burn my hands all the time. Use some type of tongs or something. This is what we end up with. It looks amazing. We're gonna wait a second, let it cool, and cut into it and see what's inside. I let it cool for 5 minutes, so it's not just a hot bubbly mess inside hopefully anymore. Let's go ahead and cut this in half. Hear that crispiness. It's not really crispy, it's that puff pastry. It's just so nice. Let's see if I can open it up. A little bit on each side so we can see in there. And that's what we end up with. Let me bring it down here, the camera. And this is what we get. It is just so flaky, so nice. The filling's in there throughout. Really tasty and easy to make at home, guys. Super tasty snack. And you can actually make a pizza out of these things too, instead of making the puffs. If you just want to roll out that dough and just put your toppings on top and then bake it in the oven, you can make a little square pizza like this too. But such a nice tasty treat. I'm gonna go ahead and eat this. We'll see you guys later.